And
Beat him senseless.
so coworker A is the one I'm talking with. Coworker B is the one that walks in, and coworker A is like, "Hey, here's what we were talking about." Coworker B, like if your kid, if you had a son and daughter, and they wanted to go into Atlanta, and I stopped them, I was like, "Hang on, if we're talking about Atlanta,
Yo, fuck
neither of my kids
Atlanta.
are there alone."
Yo, fuck Atlanta.
That would be like
Neither-
someone saying, that's like the difference between someone saying to me, would you let your children walk around West Chicago if you had them? Yes, absolutely let. There are dozens of suburbs that I would gladly let the children walk around in, completely unsupervised, if they're like 12 minimum.
Yeah.
But like, if someone's like, would you let them walk around Chicago? Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
But
I'm not sending them into Bullet Town.
Yeah, and then I mentioned, he's like, well, what about the statistics behind like women are targeted more for sexual assault? I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, that's a statistic, but I then rebutted him with that. Yeah, I mentioned like, my son's more likely to be targeted.
Okay,
for
yeah, good.
being shot by
I
someone.
was about to say, men are so much more likely to be targeted with a violent crime that it is hilariously disproportionate.
Oh yeah, but I shut that argument fully down. It's like, I'm going to look at the crime rate of the area, not the demographics of the crimes. Is the crime rate 50%? Guess what? They're not going there. Is the crime rate 2%? Oh yeah, sure, they can go.
Yeah.
The odds are so fucking low at that point. But like,
Yeah.
it's like, Sneaky, you know this. One of my hot buttons is trying to apply bad faith arguments with me and trying to put words in my mouth.
Oh, I know.
He was trying to do this, and it's like, you are not going to get the answer you want out of me because my thought patterns are so fucking broken compared to the average person. If I was anyone else, this bullshit you're pulling would have worked.
No, hang on. I want to point out, now, this may just be evidence that my thought patterns are equally damaged.
I think we're all pretty damaged here.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I've surrounded myself with people of relatively like minds. And even still, we all have different thought patterns, even compared to that.
Differently, hilariously mangled thought patterns.
We're all mangled in different ways, which makes it easier to understand the others' mangled thought patterns.
We're all special in our own little ways.
But yeah, like, I was gonna say, maybe this is just because I'm broken, but like, listen, as long as child A, gender is indeterminate, as long as child A is capable of breaking an arm, child A may roam as they please in crime rates under 50%.
Alternatively, just live in a place like North Carolina, and when your son and or daughter is going out, you just go, "Child, are you forgetting something?" And then you hand them their gun.
Here's the problem. I don't want to hand them a gun because I don't trust a child with a gun. What I will hand them, Sneaky, is a collapsible baton.
Oh no, that's worse. No. Gun.
No. Go for the gun. But the next part.
I thought you were gonna.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
If my children are going to commit violence, they better understand what personal violence means, and they better have the stomach for it.
Right. But I want my child to live, so I'm gonna give him a gun. I thought you were gonna lead into the joke.
I want my child to grow up to be a murder hobo.
Right. Anyway, so I thought you were gonna go with the joke of don't give them a gun, give them a weapon emplacement, like a mortar or a heavy machine gun, to go with the joke of like
he's not that close to Chicago.
No, because it's that meme of like, don't give children guns. They're too big for the child. What the child should be doing is manning a machine gun with another child.
The child should be manning a placed weapon.
Yeah, they should be working together. But like, that was another shutdown I added. Like, in all fairness, regardless of how capable my kids are in hand-to-hand,
gun.
They're getting self-defense training and they will be armed. Like, my kids are going out with a gun, pepper spray, taser, some sort of close melee weapon, and any combination of those four.
I want them to be equipped in at least half plate.
At minimum, they must have 2 of those 4 items.
Their AC must be at least 18 before I allow them outside the house.
Pretty much, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, their modifiers have to be at minimum +4 as well to hit.
Of course.
Yes.
I will not have my child be a druid. You will be a gunslinger like your father and your father before him.
Great. I did not raise a conscript for a child. I raised a scion.
You're not my real dad. Yeah, I know.
I know. That's why I picked you up from the orphanage, like a proper Imperial citizen.
Like a proper Cadian.
Oh god, wouldn't that be so? That would actually be very funny in a TV show. The whole like child rebellious phase, where the child's like, "You're not my real dad," and the dad's just like, "Wait, when did you find out?"
Wouldn't the joke? Wouldn't another joke for that be like, my dad wasn't my real dad either?
My father was not my real father anyway, but he raised me, and he trained me to worship the Emperor, damn it, and so will you!
I'm sorry, my brain just instantly skipped a couple steps and went, "Damn it, I raised you to be a good orphan, and you will be an orphan like I was and your father before him."
Cock shotgun with puzzling intent.
You are gonna be the hero!
That has to be, like, at least one planet in the Imperium somewhere. Family bloodlines do not continue, it's family names that continue.
Yes.
Yes, no, Sneaky, Max, there are 100% groups like that.
Yes.
Like, no one here is related by blood, and it has been that way for 10 generations. Wait, hang on a second.
Your son will be an orphan soon one day.
No, Max, literally, there's an entire... It's disturbing. There's an entire organization set up in the Imperium called Scholasta. And if a parent dies in Imperial service, the child goes there.
And they get trained to be an Imperial servant.
And from there, there's like 6 different things they can go into.
But anyway.
Whether it be Scions or Guard or Commissar or Imperial Navy or Sisters of Battle, or if they're a fucking psychic freak, they get shipped off to the black ships.
Anyway, so hello internet, this is Fanfiction at the end of 9005. Let's get started tonight. I feel like Naruto is highly relevant.
Absolute garbage do you have to foist on us today, you son of a bitch?
Naruto stories!
Of course.
Ah, yes, his favorite.
Yeah.
We have been on the Harry Potter kick too much.
I wish to remove
I was
you
doing
from
a
the
lot of
timeline.
Harry Potter because Shadow was showing up and I like torturing him.
Yes, that is understandable.
Yeah. So anyway, this is this front page is bad. This front page is bad. Also, I do want to check up on one other story though. Undying Scarab fanfiction. Let's see what the status of Undying Scarab is currently on the fanfiction website.
I can pull that up for you.
69.
Easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
532 favorites and 613 follows. Damn.
Yes.
Labor.
49K views.
Nice. Good on you.
Pretty fucking good. So, in this section itself, we are pretty much the only story.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Comparatively to everyone else, we blow literally everyone else out of the water. Holy shit.
We have more words. We have more chapters. We have more faves.
Yeah,
more reviews.
Holy shit.
We have literally more everything than everyone, pretty much.
Yeah, let's see where we scale on the crossover for worm section in general.
Oh
right.
boy.
Not on the front page, I don't think. Nope, not on the front page. Let's see. We have to fight. Yeah, we're gonna probably be on around page 3.
Wow. We are on page 1.
No, we're gonna be on around page 5.
We are on page 1, number 3.
We are not on page 1. We are page 1 for updates. We are on page 7.
Ah, page 1 on update, yes.
Wow, we are actually really deep in the pages. We have to pump those numbers. We have to pump those numbers.
Hey, speaking of pumping numbers,
yeah.
Max, write our shit post with come back.
What shit? What?
Write our
I'm
review
not,
shitpost.
not surprised.
Oh,
Yeah, Dark Wolf
ugh.
Shiro, Darth Mars, because it's wrong. Yeah, I'm not surprised we're getting beaten out by these sorts of... And so, yeah, not surprised we're getting beaten out by these kinds of people. Yeah. Unwelcome
Those are
Storm,
understandable.
Big to the Author, Seer King. Yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of really big fanfiction names in this section, which is, on one hand, surprising, but on the other hand, I'm not surprised at all by that. But anyway, we're here for the Naruto trash, so let's get into the Naruto trash. Our first story of the night, we got Naruto Konoha's Light. Jesus Christ. Mooching a 5-year-old girl.
What?
That is not a great way to start.
Wait, hang on.
We're just gonna start off on that one, okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I am
That first
extraordinarily
sentence is a thing.
comforted.
Yep, that's a thing. Mooching a 5-year-old girl, beating up a 100-year-old man, deceiving a disabled person, and cheating an ignorant, dutiful son. However, such a vicious man is known as Konoha's Light. One is the king of the world, the greatest shinobi in the history of the shinobi world. It is a case of decline of morality, or is it a twist of human nature? Self-insert OC. Featuring Asuma, Kurenai, Mizuki, and of course the OC. Now, this is... I will give the author props on their summary in that it's not generic trash. So we can
unique trash.
We can all give them props on that end. However, in terms of something that wants to make me read this story, no, not at all. I don't like summaries that are like, they're like, ooh, let me just list off of a bunch of cool sounding things, and potentially really weird fucking things, like kissing a girl. Yeah, it's not mooching off of, it's mooching.
I hope he just
What
missed
does
a word.
mooching even...
Well, mooching usually means that you're basically parasitizing someone.
No, I know that, but what does it mean in this context?
In this context, I have no idea what it could mean, because mooching is like freeloading.
Yeah, if it's meant to be freeloading, how does one freeload off of a 5-year-old?
Yeah,
Listen, the 5-year-old is fucking loaded.
I guess. But the phrasing is mooching off of. But they said mooching a 5-year-old girl. I'm not really sure. So anyway, it's about 1.5k words per chapter. He's been updating it continuously between March 4th and July 14th, which is a lot less than a chapter a day. It's a lot more than a chapter a day. Sorry, my bad. He's got like, what was that? March 4th, so that's a whole month, and that March, April, May, June, July, so we got 5 months, 150 days. Okay, so it's about a chapter a day, a little bit more than a chapter a day. About a 1.5k words per chapter. This is not good numbers. Like, this is a big fucking hustle. This is a very impressive hustle, time rate, all of that. 220k words in the span of 5 months. Very impressive. However, the content apparently leaves a lot to be desired, being that he's only got 49 reviews and 162 favorites. Those are not good numbers for the effort involved. Which means their story is probably really fucking bad.
Like I say, those are what we call rookie numbers.
He has more chapters than he does follows.
Yeah.
Those are faves.
That's never good.
Child.
Prologue. Are otaku scary? The following content...
That depends on whether or not you're a lolly, apparently.
Yeah. And or male feminist. The following content is based off of a parallel world. At night, the cold moonlight shines on the ground. In hidden corner, you can see vague figures. Everyone must act cautiously. Target is high IQ. Don't give other party chance to escape. Understood. After everyone arrived at designated location, one after another, small cylinders were thrown in from under the gate and through cracks in the windows. Those are some pretty big fucking cracks!
Yeah, I'm gonna say, you're throwing a whole cylinder? Damn, son.
Like, they're throwing smoke bombs and shit. Which, smoke grenades aren't small.
They are not.
They're pretty big, actually. With a slight bang, the cylinders exploded and choking smoke filled the building. After calculating the hypnotic gas...
What?
I don't like where this is going. After calculating that the hypnotic gas had taken effect, the special forces wearing gas masks quickly kicked open the door and rushed in. No target, no secret passage. Bad news, Chang Wan, who was originally happy, immediately turned gloomy. Damn, why is this happening? Where are the intelligence officers? What are they doing? Why did no one report their disappearance? Don't blame them. Huh? Director Yu. The hypnotic gas in the room had been dissipated. Ho Zin Yu. Is this author Korean? Oh. Yeah.
Of course.
They're Chinese. Suddenly, this entire story makes sense.
We're just translating Chinese fanfiction to be readable. Well, you shouldn't have.
Yeah, suddenly everything makes sense. High IQ criminal. Hypno gas. Oh, they were secretly betrayed the whole time. Ho Zhenhu walked to the bookshelf. Interpretation of dreams. If I'm not mistaken, all of the intelligence officers have been hypnotized already. Is this really what Chinese people write for their fanfiction? Like, I asked this question, but I know the answer is yes. Because I've seen their fucking cultivation fics, where this shit's like all the rage of like, oh, singular Chinese man secretly subverted the CCP and, took over the entire continent and now has a harem of girls that he's all hypnotized and mind-bended into loving him. Like, this is what the average Chinese man apparently just dreams of, which I almost can't blame them. Because there's like, what, 80%? It's like something like, it is actually ridiculous. It's something like between 70 to 80% of Chinese men of our current generation will never get a girlfriend, let alone married.
Yeah, right? Most of them are perfectly fine people. They're just
SOL between the Chinese government's methods and policies and their own culture as well. Because it's actually horrendous right now, the kind of shit that Chinese women are getting up to. It's like, if you don't make under 100, if you don't make over like 200 USD, 200k USD a year, I'm not even going to consider marrying you. Shit like that. It's like,
hey,
fucking
it's
Christ.
A buyer's market.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't mean I can't be like, Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous, but, yeah.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, buyer's market.
On the bookshelf, there's 2D character figurines, books related to psychology, self and id, fantasies, reality. I'm sure we're gonna find some Freud here soon enough.
The ghost of Sigmund Freud gets horny in his grave.
And then everyone's panicking because they're like, oh my god, why didn't the intelligence officers tell us we were dealing with an otaku who's high IQ? First off, I'm pretty sure the Chinese don't call people otakus. I'm nearly 100% certain. Because that's a Japanese word.
I have just called a gut feeling from my many years of worldly experience that Sneaky may in fact be correct.
Yeah.
Fuck if I know how. I just get the feeling.
Do you think an otaku can play with our Jing Bureau? Even if he's an otaku, he's a dangerous otaku. Yes, he is serious otaku. Yes, but there's also many strange books.
Freedom and the benefits of it. Life without living under government surveillance. These are forbidden tomes, my children.
They say otakus are fat-ass ugly person, but he is handsome and bright. How dare you call yourself an otaku? You are a traitor.
You know what? Have one who's absolutely ugly as shit, but just let him be jacked.
What, like he's secretly a good old boy?
Like, listen, ugly as shit, but 6'6" and can break you in half.
Yeah, so a good old boy.
I suppose. I don't know what a good old boy is, so.
They're the kind of boy you find out on the farm who's not that great looking and he's pretty fat, but he's secretly, like, benching 400, 500 easily.
Ah, then yes, in that case, yes. Absolutely.
You just don't realize it because he's, like, he's got the heft on him.
Yes. Listen, there's a reason Kingpin is incredibly popular in the South.
Is this true?
Yes.
I have no idea. It's the first I've heard of it. It wouldn't surprise me, though.
That's something you'd have to ask Orf about, because I don't get a lot of that down here.
It's funny because I was talking to someone up in Vermont once, and they were kind of surprised that like I was lifting a bunch of heavy shit around because I got some fat on me, and I was talking about how I got the good old boy physique, and they're like, oh yeah right, that makes sense. They just knew what I was talking about. I said the good old boy, the farmhand physique. Anyway, so blah 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 cringe. He's super competent. He's a spy. Blah blah blah. There's no way our government could be overruled by him. Blah blah blah. Did he think that in modern society he can do whatever he wants with his special abilities? God, this is just like screaming cultivator trash every step of the way. He's super hot, he's ripped, he's got a special ability that lets him hypnotize people. The government's trying to crack down on him, but he's too powerful and he's fighting back.
This is truly Chinese literature at its finest.
Yeah, I really couldn't give a shit what's happening anymore. Blah blah blah. He got away. Yes, he has the Lin Yushuan cancer. Cancer so rare it was named after him. No wonder he is desperate. How did we only know about this cancer today? Oh my god, he hypnotized all of the doctors to make everyone think that his disease was normal. What? So wait, he's stopped hypnotizing everyone because he's trying to kill one person? Yes, he is trying to kill one person. Is he not declaring war on our Jing Bureau? I consulted lots of psychologists today. According to their analysis, the other party is the kind of person who looks gentle and humble, but is extremely proud. Jesus.
This is pain.
Go the fuck away! Your goddamn clock!
Oh, the clock popped up. This timer wants something. We gotta figure it out someday.
So we gotta figure it out before it counts down to our death.
Yeah, the summary also makes sense now as well, yeah. Then he starts torturing the rich guy. Wahaha, I'll have vengeance upon your rich family. Blah, blah, blah. My family will get revenge on you. Haha, fools on you. I have already killed all of your family. You are the last one here. Just a bunch of fucking mind games back and forth. Like 5 different factions showed up all to do mind games. And then, in one last move, he explodes and, kills everyone that ever wronged him. Is the clock controlled by the director? Maybe. Never know. And then he gets isekai'd. Um... I... Uh... Yeah, yeah. Blah blah blah. I have powers. Blah blah blah. Everyone's ashamed for talking to the child who is the isekai protagonist. Because they feel bad for him. Incompetent good guy who helps out the dutiful, fucking main protagonist and lets him slip into things he shouldn't slip into. Little girl, what's your name? Okay. Is that what's going on here? Okay, so the reason why Asuma and Kurenai are listed as characters here and Mizuki is because they're all the OC's partners. They're all his friends. That's how old he was.
1 sec.
This story takes place about 20 years before Naruto even happens.
Ah, of course.
Yeah, we can all see why this story is why this story is barely followed, because not only does it not take place at any point in time during canon, but the character is crazy overpowered and is best friends with all of the named characters. I love this guy. Oh, I just realized this is a translation of a Chinese story. This explains so much. Yeah, everyone knows it. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. Chinese stories. The way it's written, it sounds so wrong. Chinese storytelling. Idiot antagonist characters are just overly stupid, and the readers are supposed to hate them from the start, and everyone's supposed to be on the main character's side, and the author is basically the main character, and the main character always looks like he's super smart. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. What a steaming pile of shit. I wanted to like this story, but it's really not good. This dude read to 117. Chapter 117. And then was like, man.
Out of how many chapters?
162?
Wow.
Yeah. Chapter 117. So that's about like 100 and 30k words into the story?
Probably.
180k?
Probably about that.
Yeah. So 180, basically a book and a half into the, no, 2 books basically, into the story, and he's like, you know what, actually, this story is bad.
Yeah, this man wanted to be absolutely certain he was loading the correct bullets for the correct person.
To be fair, I read the whole Twilight Saga, so I can understand where this guy is coming from, where he reads this much, and then is going, oh, well, this is crap. But also, to be fair, I read the Twilight Saga back in the days before I read Fanfiction. And back in the days when I still got into, in real life arguments with people over books. And because Twilight was super popular at the time, I wanted to sit there and literally beat people over the head with how shit Twilight was. And I did. in real life, because that was just how we did things back then. We didn't, fan fiction wasn't really that big of a thing back in like 2006. Like, it was a thing. It's been a thing since fucking like the Star Trek magazine. But like, it wasn't like everyone kind of knows fan fiction now. It wasn't as big back then, so kind of just got into real life arguments with people. But I can't imagine spending my time. Also, I was a child, so I had lots of free time. But I can't imagine spending my time now in modern day reading 2 books of a story just to get angry about it. I just wouldn't read it.
Yeah.
I would just do what authors constantly yell at people to do on fanfiction.net, is I look at it, I don't like it, so I don't read it. Because I have better things to do with my time.
Yeah, that's fair.
But holy shit! Oh, wow! So, Max, about those bullets you were speaking of.
Stupidity have I returned to?
About those bullets you were speaking of, Max.
Oh, has he got them locked and loaded? Are they
Holy
personally,
shit.
are they personally monographed?
These are some spicy bullets! Holy shit! What a steaming pile of shit. I wanted to like this story, but it's not good. This is why women shouldn't write stories.
Oh, Lord. Wow.
More men need to write
Can we
fan
say that?
fiction.
Can we, like, I know you're not saying it, you're quoting it. Can we say that on Twitch?
I don't think so.
It's too late to ask that now.
More men need to write fan fiction, but that's not why I'm here.
So why are you here, sir?
I don't review my
I think we'll
story.
get there.
No, wrong woman. Be sure give me good review. I need positive review. Give me good positive review, or I, with my best friend, will troll your shit fic. I will leave scathing review. I will report your account for death threat. Give me good review. I honestly do not want to be forced to take action, so give me good review. I am nice guy. Do not try to block me. Do not try to report me. Others have tried and failed. I am member of site. Do not try me. If you want to be on good terms with me, do as I say. I can't say the following words that he then...
I would say, don't!
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just be scrolling right along and getting that off the screen. What
That's been on the screen for a good minute.
Yeah, I know, I wasn't reading it, and I see it now, and I'm just like, alright! Now that we've actually noticed this, we're gonna just...
We need to stop.
move along!
We need to leave.
Wow, those bullets got spicier than I thought they would. Jesus.
They went straight into absolute who the fuck do you think you are territory.
That was just absolutely like, wow, that escalated quickly. Like, it went from women shouldn't write to you are gay. Do what I say or I kill you. I think that reviewer might be Chinese.
Based on the partially broken English, it's very likely.
I love this. What in the ever-loving fuck did I just read? Chapter 1. Yes. I can't get past the first chapter. Chapter 80! Holy fuck, please stop. Please do not translate this story. It hurts to read. In Chinese, it seems when someone says, let me be polite, is the equivalent of let me get mad and angry. They lean more towards you are courting death in most fights. The people around the main character act like they have the IQ of potatoes and are always in awe towards his abilities. This is all typical Chinese bullshit. For English, Spanish, Portuguese, and other languages, the sentences seem extremely forced when you try to fit them into a normal conversation. That's because talking to a Chinese person is extremely forced, so don't worry about it. Which the problem when trying to translate from Chinese. Do not let this site become trash-filled like Wattpad with all the translated Chinese novels filling it. But badly translated, because if it was well done, then we wouldn't be trying to swallow a bitter pill when trying to fit sentences into a real conversation. No, don't worry, they translated it properly. Chinese stories are just trash.
Not encouraging.
Yeah, Chinese stories are just trash. Like, I hate to break this to you. Mr. Reviewer, but Chinese stories are just trash. This story is horrible and typical wuxia. Don't know how to pronounce that shit, but it is. Fair. Chinese translated stories should have at least on the summary that it was Chinese. To save us all from reading such trash.
It's not wrong.
Based! Red-pilled! True!
You know, that is something that should have been in the summary instead of being hidden in the author profile.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
What the fuck am I reading? This belongs in the Chinese fanfiction section. Now I know why the terms used in this fanfic sound weird, with seniors and things like big sister and shit. Westerners would never use this. It's cause this is originally Chinese. This is Chinese. Wow, this is Chinese. Oh god, this is Chinese. I can feel the Chinese. This was trash. It's Chinese. Yeah, there's just a lot of, oh, this is Chinese. It makes sense now.
The same person on
The
that
same
page.
person for a while.
Oof.
Oh god. So anyway, we got up next. We got Elastic Heart. What the fuck is this? What the?
Okay, listen.
Oh god! What is that face?
I was hoping that we were gonna get like a fucking Plastic Man story.
What is that?
What is this face? This is like I have infiltrated Karen's body face. I am a space centipede. I will now consume the male in front of me. Oh god. Holy shit. Oh god, Naruto times Karen. This is my first fanfic. I wrote this on my phone.
Might I suggest never writing again, author?
You know what? I'll leave that review.
Please request parental assistance before you write again.
Oh, so I did want to cover real quick before we move on here. Let me get to the fanfiction section. So, remember that story we were reading? Harry Potter and the 12th Way?
Mm-hmm.
I finished it.
Well, I read chapter 1 and I was like, eh? And then I read chapter 2 and I was like, eh?
Yeah, the pretty much is summarized here. While not a bad story overall, it feels like an any percent speed run whenever a character has to interact with someone else.
Huh. I will say, here's the problem for that story is, I started reading it and then I found out that I could get a Dresden Files short story for about $2.
Ah, that's excellent. Yeah, there you go.
So
yeah.
Listen, there are very few authors I will go out of my way to continuously shill. Jim Goddamn Butcher is one of them.
Fair enough. But yeah, so basically I read the whole thing. It was, I don't know, like a 6 out of 10. Like, it was really nothing special.
It could be better, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. And they had some shit, like, they knew their mythology, but they were really bad at explaining it when they did in the story, and, some of the stuff was a little bit contrived, and, like, there was never a moment in the story where I was like, I can't read this anymore. There was never really a moment in the story where I was like, do I want to keep reading it? But there was also never a moment where I was like, oh, I should keep reading this. You know, it's like, yeah.
You read it out of inertia. There's been a couple
effectively,
series that I've read purely out of inertia. Like, I finished Ranger's Apprentice out of inertia.
But, like, when I say that dialogue and character interactions felt like an any percent speedrun, like...
Okay, look, Sneaky.
Yeah.
This is what I got, the impression I got in the first, like, 2 chapters.
Yeah.
It's like someone who's playing Fallout, but
Yeah.
they're like you and me, and our read speed is significantly faster than our listen
And we're just
than any
mashing
human's
the
listen
OK
speed.
button to get through their dialogue. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I've heard all the dialogue. I don't need to fucking hear you yammer.
But at the same time, it's like literally like paragraph. Like someone will be like, "Hello, Daphne," and Daphne will be like, "Hello, Harry." Vomits several paragraphs of just solid walls of dialogue from Daphne, and then like Harry will be like, "All right, I have completed my interaction with you for the day. Goodbye." And it's just like,
Hey, yo, I
what
maxed out
the
my
fuck?
social link later.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, whenever someone has to tell someone something, it's just this giant fucking block of dialogue that reads like you were just mashing the next dialogue button as you're going through it. And then it's just like the characters just like separate and walk away, and they're like, "Oh, yes, today is a fine day, isn't it?" It's like, what the fuck?
Today is a terrible day to have eyes. Yes, it is.
Have you heard about the arena? No,
Hey, you
my
can make
mother
some
eats
good
on
coin at
Tuesdays.
the arena.
The fucking Oblivion dialogue, it really was like that.
Have you heard about the whores down on Chancellor Street? Wait, we're not supposed to say that in this version.
Yeah, the stats in the Naruto gamer system. Yeah, we covered this already, I believe.
No, the one below it.
Oh. Ooh.
Look at
Well,
that hell
yeah,
of
but
a
yeah,
stat
but
line.
you can see why though.
Yes, I understand completely why.
I
But
think
that
we've
is all.
covered this story before.
We very well might have.
I feel like, well, at least we've covered this name before because I remember making fun of Sasu Naru Fan 13, which I mean they probably written. Yeah, they've written a couple stories.
Yeah.
Only 330.
All of which they should be ashamed of.
Yeah, my stories are now posted on Adult Fanfiction under my same name and on Archive under the same name. Both of these stories will contain lots of slash sex. Okay. Well, I can at least appreciate that they are restraining themselves to the websites that approve of porn to write their porn, which is honestly shocking. It's like finding someone who is not diddling kids in the pedophile party.
I was like, that's a very weird statement, and I'm hoping Sneaky can try to salvage this.
What do you mean?
Just the pause you put in there. Finding someone not diddling kids. I'm like, you really need to not leave that pause in there.
See, there's a lot of things I could have said as a follow-up, but my brain said, wait a second, Sneaky, you're on Twitch. I'm like, oh, shit, right. A lot of those people would probably be in those same things I was about to make fun of.
Yes, I'm just like, it's like, I'm like, this
Yeah.
pause is it's an unfortunate pause.
NPC dialogue, yeah. So yeah, we've made fun of Naruto with a gamer system where this dude straight up, is asking for money. Yeah, yeah, we went to his Patreon. Wasn't he making like an actual unfortunate amount of money? Yeah, $340.
He was making a quantity of funds.
26 people are giving him more than $10 a month. Yeah, oh yeah, this is My Life in the Multiverse guy who's like read 20 chapters ahead. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, 20 chapters ahead, go to my web novel website, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we've covered this, dude. So yeah, we got the long run. Ever since the zombie rising, the world has been divided in half between the living and the dead. Now Sasuke just has sex with Naruto a bunch. Lamau, zombies, and Slash inside. So, again, I actually found this out recently because I am actually going to bring this article up because I believe I posted it to the SDM, but I don't think I posted it here.
I'm terrified.
Oh, yeah, I posted it on the SDM, so I'm gonna post it over here as well.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah. This is a legit article. Oh, you poor sweet summer child. I don't understand why society has categorized sex in all these words. I'm so sick of ships featuring two men of extremely similar height, build, and badassery. Yeah, so basically this article is some real degenerate tier shit and just explains everything wrong with, well, a lot of stuff I can't talk about on this. So read it yourself. But possibly the best part in this article is that the author is complaining that there aren't more stories where the characters are a man and woman. Now you might be going, Sneaky, did you just link something about gay relationships? Yes. Yes, I did. It turns out this article is complaining that the men aren't feminine enough in half of the relationship. In the gay relationship between two men, the author is complaining that in fan fiction, there isn't enough men that act like women for the gay relationship. It's like, my dude, that's called straight.
That's really funny that that's a complaint they have about a homosexual couple.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have some people on my dad's side of the family who are fairly masculine men in a relationship together.
Yes.
I guess I need to tell them that they're just not doing well enough, and one of them needs to start being more effeminate.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll go over well with them.
Yeah. They're oppressing queerness by not having one of them be effeminate. I'm sure that'll go over great.
Oh yeah, go over fantastic, I'm sure.
Act your age. While on a mission with the new generation, Naruto and his friends. Wait. While on a mission with the new generation, as in Boruto's generation, as in Naruto the Hokage. Why the fuck is the Hokage going on a Genin mission?
He got really fucking bored. He left a shadow clone in the office. Tell me if anything important comes up.
What the actual fuck?
Hang on, which Hokage is this?
Naruto.
Oh no, the Shadow Clone is the one that's babysitting the Genin. Then we already know this. He uses
Fair.
Shadow Clones for important stuff rather than the other way around.
Naruto and his friends, so the Naruto generation, end up turning into toddlers. You know?
Starting off strong.
You know, I complained about the Harry Potter section and its degeneracy, and then I come to the Naruto section, and it's actually still less degenerate than Harry Potter, even though they have all this like child play shit of like, oh my god, wouldn't it be awesome if Boruto had to take care of his dad who just turned into a baby? Like, no. Also, what the fuck? And it's like, okay, you have those weird ass people. It's like, all right, it's like it's that one fucking comic. It's that 4-panel. I think it's a Stone Toss comic or something. I think it was mimicking Stone Toss, maybe. It was a 4-panel comic where it's these really two ugly, fat, disgusting guys, and one dude has foot on his chest, and the other guy has armpits on his chest to like represent fetishes, and they're like arguing, and then like Oh, yeah, then the name changes depending on what the person wants to make fun of with the comic. But then it's like this third super ugly, morbidly obese person like rolls into the comic, and on their chest is like inflation fetish and shit like that. And the foot and armpit guys are like, okay, yeah, we don't like each other, but man, fuck that guy. And that's what I feel like right now. It's like, I don't like these fucking people, but I'll take them any day over the grooming, gay pedophilia shit going on in the Harry Potter section.
There's a lot of that in the HP section.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Naruto is given a dare. A dare he's more than happy to accept, having sex with Sasuke. Don't read this if you don't like gay stuff. This is set in an AU where it can happen.
Where it can happen?
Yeah.
I don't...
Yes, the classic. Every fanfic author at some point in time tries to be super clever with their fanfic name and eventually ends up creating a fic called Si Vis Passe Parabellum. God, there is like possibly thousands of fanfics with that name. Death claims all of us, but some are granted a second chance. Armed with ambition and megalomania and pride, an innocent girl reincarnates into the world of Naruto to rewrite history, her history. Female OC, AU elements. Possibly actually a good story. 144 chapters, so about 1K word chapters, so that's not too good. They've been updating over the course of 4 years, so that's really not good. That's like, what? A chapter every 5 or so days of 1,000 words? That's not too great. For 1,000 word updates. Gonna be real. Not too great. Especially if you're gonna be doing some massive AU OC, original story shit happening in the Naruto world. Like, you kind of really want to pack that content together so people remember it. Rotten Rowan is the only good Naruto SI I've read, and that's how many exist that aren't good. Yeah. There was another one. I didn't think I liked Rotten Rowan too much. There was another one where the main character OC was a medic in the Second War. That was actually a pretty good story. But that one's pretty much wrapped itself up. It got pretty late into the Naruto Shippuden arcs, and it kind of just like petered off, and the author stopped updating. It's been dead for like a year or two now, maybe 3 years. But I mean, it got really far. It got like 300k words, I think. So I mean, that's good enough for me. It pretty much tied up most of the early on stuff, so I was fine with it. Naruto. White. It was never a coincidence. Since his tale began, the fox was always hunted by the bunny. The end is near. The final act shall begin. 300-word chapters, one follow.
What?
Pain.
I don't know. Traditions. Mixing Sharingan, alcohol, and hypnosis helped mend a centuries-long feud, or the time that Madara's grandfather got really drunk and fixed the plot. Okay. Fire and Ice. Kiyosara Yukioderma is set to marry a rich merchant to save her clan. Lucky for her, a certain Uchiha has been hired to be her bodyguard. Lucky. Itachi times OC self-insert fits into the main story before Shippuden.
That's...
Cringe. Also, who hires? Because this is before Shippuden. Who hires an international criminal who's wanted by the strongest ninja village for murdering their strongest clan in one night? Who hires that man for bodyguard work for your daughter?
Someone with poor forward planning.
It's the author. It's the author's other story, Naruto Black. Yeah. Yeah. Twin Dragons. 1010's past is a mystery that will be revealed, and Neji will be by her side. AU in Ninja Universe. 1010 times Neji. Why? Like, don't get me wrong. Good for you. But why? Like, 1010 is such a tertiary character that, like, she doesn't even have a family.
Is that because Kishimoto didn't want to write one, or because she's an orphan?
Yes, actually.
I see.
Like, as far as we know, she was adopted by a family, but we just, like, never got any information about them. And so what became canon was that her father was a blacksmith, which is why she uses so many weapons.
I see.
Yeah. Obito Sensei. During the fateful mission to the bridge, Obito is too slow and Kakashi ends up dying instead. Years later, Elite Jonin Makiogo no Obito is placed in the very familiar Genin team. Honestly, not super interesting to me. Oh my god, Jen.
Yeah.
Neji times Tree was the original true pairing. Neji was never the same after his run-in with the tree. Yeah. Oh yeah, the boobs, ass, and feet. Yeah. And then the panel gets continued with, yeah, inflation. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the original edit. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because there's, yeah, there was another continuation to that one that had the feet guy. The person duplicated the feet guy and made it armpits, and then like made an even uglier character that was also like something even more disturbing, like scat fetish or something. Like there's a lot of edits of that comic, and it's a funny little thing because it's so fucking true. Where it's just like, oh yes, these are the understandable, acceptable fetishes of completely normal people.
And then there's you.
Then there's this motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh. Good. The 8 ad break.
Oh, we're at the 8 p.m.
Oh.
ad break? Excellent.
No, I mean I have 8 ads in a row. Again. That's 8 ads. You're not making money off of, Sneaky.
Nope. I was informed they would be doing this, though.
I mean, it's still kind of screwed up.
Yeah. Now, they've changed my settings, so now every hour that I've been streaming, they stream, like, 3 minutes of ads.
Damn.
Ah.
Yeah.
Are you able to reset the timer by doing, like, an 8-second ad every half hour?
I don't have control of that.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not allowed. He's not important enough to choose his ad breaks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, fun little fact that Twitch has actually been, losing viewership for some reason. They're down, like, 30% or something.
Well, they're down because YouTube is becoming the better option for streamers and viewers alike.
And also the part where they take less money and, all these fucking ads.
Yeah, that mass exodus we saw of YouTubers to Twitch is about to reverse, I think.
Probably.
It's like, wow, Twitch, you're doing really great. By the way, guys, we've made these ad break changes, and we're also exercising the right to just take people's ability to subscribe away to you away now. It's like, wait, no, hang on.
Yeah.
Because that's a thing. Some channels on Twitch is like, oh yeah, we've removed the subscribe button, and you don't get a choice in this.
Yeah.
It's like, I see you also hate the concept of money.
I just don't get companies like these. Where it's like, we want to make money. It's like, okay, understandable, you're a company, you want to make money. Cool, I get it. Also, we want to be political. It's like, hold on a second. Those two things don't go together, really. Like, if you look at all the people that make money off of politics, they're not making money off of politics because their politics are right or correct or supported by a large amount of people. They're making a lot of money off of politics because they're being paid by the people with money to have those politics. If you're a business and you want to make money, what you do is you don't get into politics because politics just bleeds you of money. Because the people that earn money from politics are the individuals, not companies. Unless the person who is making the money off of politics is running a company. Then you make money off of politics. But that's a whole separate can of worms. So are the ads done?
Yeah, they're done.
All
But
right.
it's just astounding to me though, because like Amazon bought Twitch, and Twitch is literally like, if you just sit here and do nothing, it will just generate money for you.
Change anything, don't touch it, it's in a good spot.
That's the big problem with tech companies. Because they're always wanting to innovate and whatnot. It's like, guys, some things don't need to be innovated aside from making sure the security protocols are up to date. If you just leave it alone, it will literally print money for you.
Yeah, it just baffles me. All Twitch had to do, like, Twitch's subscribe function is so blatantly in Twitch's favor, it's not even funny how much money they take from you for subscribing. It is hilarious how much money they take from you for subscribing. And their whole Prime sub thing was a genius idea. And yes, they do lose money off of Prime subs because how all of the fucking mechanics work is they ultimately are losing money on Prime subs. It was like something like $200 million every quarter.
But it's a lost leader.
Oh,
right, yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
mean,
a loss that's earning them money in other areas.
yeah, I don't know if this is still true, but like for years, the video service for Prime was running at a loss, but that's just how much money they made off of everything else.
Right, but it's sort of like movie theaters in that where the movie itself doesn't make the movie theater a lot of money, but it's the snacks that people buy going to the movies that makes the movie theater the real money. And so it's like, yes, this function is not earning the company money, but it's bringing people in who will then spend money. So it's just wild. Like, they had the setup. They had the culture as well that was accepting of their setup. And then they're like, let's get political about it. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, all you had to do is sit there! And you would have earned tickets some money! It just fucking baffles me. This is why this is why you either find principled people to moderate your content and lead your company, or you find people that are married. Because letting unmarried men moderate your content is the quick way to kill your company. Because they just fucking simp. And that makes a double strata, and then people start getting fed up with the double strata, And so then pressure comes on you to crack down on the double strata, and then so your attempts at not cracking down on the strata by, like, disseminating it and trying to, like, hide it effectively by still allowing it just makes everything worse.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, what the fuck? Naruto Generations, Naruto Namikaze, Jonin Sensei of Team 13. What the fuck? So, a totally OC team?
Wait, no, Konohamaru isn't
I mean, Konohamaru's
OC.
not in, OC, but, like, Kai
Kai,
Yugi and
Yuki, and
Katsuru Uchiha?
yeah, those are definitely OC. Why
An
does this look
Uchiha that's
familiar? Is
alive
this a
is an OC.
re-upload of an old story you and I ran across once?
You know, it probably might be.
Those names look familiar.
Orange Gokage looks familiar.
I mean, there's a good chance we've seen his work with how long this series has been running.
No, he's a newish author as far as we're concerned.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, well, joined December 2015. Maybe he did a mass deletion and slowly re-uploading shit or something?
Who knows?
There's no telling with this site sometimes.
There really isn't. Ninja in progress. Sakura is raised by a sickly mother and her father's late clan. The clan wants her to become a lady and marry nobles, but her mother wants her to become a ninja.
That's a terrible mother.
That's a fucking awful
What?
mother.
I
In the end, Sakura will have to make the choice, but even as she makes her choice, there's no guarantee she'll succeed, and Kakashi
Okay.
isn't prepared.
If the choice isn't a cliched Hallmark thing of I'm gonna choose both, I'm gonna be slightly disappointed in this author because this is just a Hallmark formula.
This is just a Hallmark formula.
Like, say what you will about Hallmark, they found multiple formulas, they all work. It's plug and play.
Yeah, it's actually fascinating how many movies they're able to churn out.
Dude,
No, okay, so
I've sat with my mom and just like this is the formula they're using, and I'll come back later. It's like, so did it go the way I predicted it would? It's like went exactly the way you said.
Yeah. It's so real though. Like, my father loves the Hallmark Channel, right? So I'll come upstairs and I'll be like, "What you watching, Hallmark?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, so let's see. That guy looks good, and that's the female main character. What's the weather like outside?" He said, "Oh, it's winter." I'm like, "Okay, so they're gonna get snowed in, and did she own a business? Yeah, because they're gonna get snowed into the business, and they're gonna have to do a rush project off of something she got herself in over her head on, and the guy's gonna find the true meaning of love, but is going to be broken up about it because he's actually got a girlfriend at home that he doesn't love." And then, yeah, it's pretty much exactly what happened.
Yep. Because they found their formula and it works. It has stood the trial of time over and over and over.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is change like one single variable to make it fresh.
Yeah.
Whether it's a location
And sometimes it's the
or
same fucking actors.
oh yeah, it is. Man, the amount of actors that Hallmark has their hands on is astounding to me.
okay, so
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
my mother knows a woman whose daughter is one of the Hallmark writers.
Oh, boy.
And they're like, no, okay, like, it's really, really fascinating. Like, because they're like, okay, these are the formulas, these are the scripts, you need to hit X, Y, and Z, you may not deviate, you will do A, you will do B, you will do C.
Yeah.
Within these lines, you may color however you wish.
Yeah. What? But like that's the shit I'm talking about though. This is a business doing business things and profiting off of it. And everyone gets like, and no, I'm not going to say it's a great story, but the Hallmark movies are like cotton candy. You know? There's not a lot of substance to them, but they're still enjoyable.
Yep.
And It's simple fucking maths, and it's like, Jesus Christ, guys, the Hallmark people figured it out. I'm sure you can figure out how to make a show that doesn't suck.
Well, Hallmark has something in this day and age that other places don't currently.
No politics?
No politics. It's lighthearted. It's feel good. It's there to entertain, and that is it.
Yeah.
It's there to make you go, yes, Christmas is a good time and I should be with my family.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But it's always so funny.
And then
to
you
me.
remember you hate your family.
Yeah.
But you don't remember it until you're after full of eggnog and drunk.
Yeah.
So it's too late to leave.
Well, I was laughing about it because this morning, I was driving to work, right? And I was listening to Arch complain about the new Game of Thrones show that's coming out. Have you guys heard about this?
Nope.
I mean, I knew there was a thing.
Yeah, so it's called House Targaryen, or Before the Fall, or House of Dragons, or some shit like that, right? It's supposed to take place 200 years before Game of Thrones. And you know how in Game of Thrones, the Targaryen house is called, paler than normal, with silver hair, and very, like, fey reminiscent descriptions to them.
It's a bunch of fairies, or elves, or whatever.
Effectively elves, but George R.R. Martin wanted to write a very geographically realistic world, in where people who lived in the desert had dark skin, people who lived in the mountains had light skin, or specifically mountains up in the snow area. You know, and Westeros is supposed to be Britain, and the Summer Isles are the Caribbean. And so the people that come from those locations look like the people that would come from those locations. Point being with all of this is that in the House of Dragons prequel show, they have decided that the Targaryens are now black because there wasn't enough diversity in this European setting based off of geography. And they didn't black the hair, though. So it's a bunch of black people running around with clearly silver wigs on. It looks so fucking dumb. And to make it worse, they have gone, the show writers have gone out of their way to say white people need not apply. We're trying to have as few white people in the set as possible. And every other statement in that flavor. And the funniest part about it all is the two people writing the fucking story are white, complaining about how too many white people are on the story. But God forbid they give up their jobs to fit their politics. In the modern Harry Potter settings, if you hate a Hogwarts student, you can fabricate a recording them and have it as a howler. Yeah, we was dragon riders and shit. Yeah. It's just so fucking stupid. It's like it's so fucking stupid. But you know what isn't fucking stupid? Game of Shadow. It's a great story. Once again, it updated recently. Highly recommend it. Just so you guys can get the fucking stats on how good of a series this is. 102 chapters. 4,700k words. Sorry, 470k words. There we go. 10,000 reviews. 11,500 favorites. Game of Shadows is a fantastic Naruto gamer story. The summary. So, in summary, I am in the Naruto world. I have a name that isn't mine, and I have a really nerfed version of the gamer. Is that all? Am I forgetting something? Right. I don't have the inventory. And at that, I received yet another disappointment. It's actually a great Naruto story.
Okay.
So
I completely forgot the inventory was a part of the gamer system.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like that completely skipped over my head, especially when I was crafting out the system for the gamer house husband. Because to be fair, Shiro is an inventory.
Shiro is indeed literally an inventory. I mean, you could always modify his reality marble
Oh no, that is being modified.
into an inventory.
No, it's being modified to reflect the new mindset he's got. Like I think I talked to you. The changes, like he no longer has the obsession with being a hero of justice. Yeah. Oh. There's a good chance I will write all of that and just never publish it. And Sneaky will be the only person to have read the story.
Or even better,
God.
You can take all of that and write an original story with that system set up and that sort of character set up, and then publish it and make money under our new publishing house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the name for it yet.
We can't call it Devil Force, that's for sure.
Oh, hell no, we can't call it Devil Force.
My parents would kill me.
So Devil's Workshop is also out then?
That is way the fuck out.
What I'm hearing is, Max, we cannot build the bunker to Satan in your backyard. The bunker to Satan is, of course, our attempt to reenact Doom as we dig to hell to fight the demons.
See. That's also a big no.
Because your parents don't want a portal to hell in their backyard, or they don't approve of us fighting Satan? I'm not. What's the problem here?
The portal to hell's the problem. I think
the portal to hell would be a pretty big problem.
Like here's the thing. I got my mom was when I was a bit younger was like, I don't want you doing something like Doom. I was like, why though? It's about fighting demons and winning.
Yeah.
Winning super hard.
She did. She got like a thoughtful look on her face, like, oh, okay, but I still. But then it was like, well, I don't want you playing it because it's also super fun. It's like, all right, that's
fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
Mom.
Yeah.
This is when I was like
Alright.
young teen.
Yeah.
It's like my mom was very heavy on like, I don't have a problem with you playing violent games. I have a problem with you playing violent games that are rated R when you're only 13.
Once I hit, I think it was like 14, my parents were like, yeah, look, you're not stupid, you know right from wrong. As long as the game is M for violence, we'll get it for you. Like, we reserve the right to look it up beforehand, but we'll get it for you if we agree. Like,
I always loved that conversation.
Would they have gotten me Bayonetta? No, God, no. But did they get me Halo? Yeah.
To be fair, I can understand a Christian parent not wanting their child to play something like Bayonetta.
I was good. Yeah, like I said, there's a very specific reason for Bayonetta, and the whole reason is Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, Bayo.
I was gonna say more than just the plot of Bayonetta, more like
I was gonna say, well, no, it'd probably be more like the plot. Bayonetta herself is what would be considered a confident woman, and like,
I was talking more about her outfits and pole dancing fighting style.
Yeah, no, the pole dancing would be a problem.
She really doesn't dress that bad.
Yeah, she doesn't. Her outfits are actually pretty conservative for the kind of character that she's portrayed as.
Fair enough, I suppose. I can still see certain people taking problems with it, and they have.
Oh, I can, but like
for sure.
Yeah. And this is partially thanks to the good character designers. Nothing on her is blatantly showing that should, except for a couple camera angles with some camels, but those are the exception, not the rule.
I mean, honestly, Bayonetta is actually a really great example of how you write a sexy character without making them incredibly just scantily clad and excessively.
Listen, Bayonetta passes more of the Bechdel test than like 3/4 of the Hollywood movies.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. But oh yeah, we got Big Matt over here. Oh boy. Naruto, the children of the paths. To be shinobi is to
Oh,
endure.
no.
To be shinobi is to protect. To be shinobi is to survive. Naruto is an outcast who want to follow path of shinobi as he aims to show everyone he is more than whatever they think he is. This is a rewrite of Naruto. There will be changes. Let's see how it shakes out. Canon divergent. Canon
Yeah,
divergent.
will there be changes?
Well, let's see. 16 chapters, 100k words, 35 reviews, 90 favorites.
Oh,
I mean, again, it published June 1st, so over the course of a single month and a half, this dude's chugged out a book. So, I mean, kudos where it goes, but...
Yeah, well, here's the thing though, Sneaky. If the reviews and whatnot are that low in this section, that means it's either like really bad or it's really good. Because this fandom wouldn't know good if it bit them in the ass most of the time.
Yeah, the reviews basically come from 3 different people, so I'm not really getting a good vibe on that fic.
Eh.
Let's see what else we got here. Human sacrifices! They were just children. How were they supposed to know the way the world worked? The politics, the brutality, the subtext at such a young age. It cost them their family, friends, and loved ones. What? Were they forced to bear the brunt of the becoming human sacrifices? Weapons, Jin, Choriki, Missing Nin Naruto, featuring Naruto, Gaara, Hinata, Fu, and others. I like the idea. I dig the summary. I will say right now, I dig the summary. That's a quality summary.
This
However,
is pretty solid. The idea is also fairly solid.
the one issue here is missing Nin Naruto. Because, again, we got shown that Waterfall Village didn't care about Fu all that much, so her going rogue works out. Hinata going rogue? Naruto going rogue? You think Konoha will let those two fucking leave?
Okay. One of them might be able to get out. Both of them at once, that's not happening.
Hinata wouldn't be able to get out.
No, she wouldn't. She's locked behind the wall known as the Hyuga clan.
Yeah. Like, well, neither of them, even separately, wouldn't be able to get out. Because Naruto is a fucking walking nuclear bomb.
Oh, I know. That's why I said might. Like, it's a very, very slim chance.
Like,
and even if he did, Root is almost certainly going to be keeping an eye on him.
They'd be up his ass instantly. Yeah, like Hinata, the girl who almost started a world war, like, she's not fucking going anywhere.
Yeah. Sneaky, this almost makes me want to write just that one shot of our version of Hobble.
Oh, yeah?
Where he just adopts some of the kids in Naruto, and it's like, these are my children now. Fuck off.
Your parents are shit?
No, their parents are dead. It's like, these are mine now. I will raise them to be better than you can raise them.
I'm sorry, Max, but all that gave me was the image of Havel walking up to Hinata being escorted around by her dad. Him going, "You're a bad parent." The dad be like, "What?" And then he just punches Hisashi in the face. He goes soaring off into the distance, and he's like, "Hinata, you are now an orphan. I'm adopting you."
You are now an orphan. Congratulations, you have been adopted.
It's like Joni and Stroll. It's like, hang on, did you just kill a clam? It's like, oh, he's not dead. I just hit him really far away.
How did you not kill him? I made sure I cast Perseverance on him first.
Tears of denial.
You mean tears of fuck off, mid-ear?
God, that fucking fight. Holy shit! Tears of denial. Bing! Holy shit! Tears of denial. Bing!
I think there was a good 3 repetitions of that.
I literally spent at least 2 full mana bars just casting Tears of Denial.
No, let's be clear. Repeatedly, in a row, because he kept slapping your ass.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever works.
If it works, it works.
Yeah. If it's stupid and it works, it's still stupid, but it worked.
That
I'm
fucking
just saying,
that fucking meme.
Listen, Tears of Denial and Mist of Doom.
Yeah, that
That's
fucking
fucking
meme.
That's right. You
Hovel,
guys had to cheat him out,
the
didn't you?
Mercury. Yeah, the Mercury mist.
Yeah.
Hovel, you are being adopted. Do not resist. Close the gates! He can't get out! Walks through the gates. There's a hovel-sized hole in the gates now.
Gates and doors are a courtesy for him, nothing more.
Oh, so by the way, I actually got to see in Elden Ring what a maximum HP bar looks like, and it literally is your screen.
I'm so happy to hear that. I was gonna say, please tell me it just goes off the screen, but that's just as good.
Yeah, and I'm just
Well,
like, oh my god.
I guess it would go off the screen if you make it a large enough resolution past your monitor.
Yeah.
Just go those extra 100 pixels off so that you can say, see, it's off the screen.
I can see that look on your face. How can you even see through that helmet? What you're thinking right now is, he's a big man. He's wearing stone armor. He can't be fast. That is where you're wrong. Blitz.
Yeah, flips.
Yeah, I think
I flip continuously.
Dark Souls 1 is still the best thing to start someone in that series with, because it's like, you need to go to the bottom of this tower. Why? Just trust me. Oh, okay, it's big stupid arm. He can't be that fast. That Dragon Tooth
Teleports
is
behind you.
distinctively fast.
Teleports behind you.
No, he didn't get to backstab you in Dark Souls 2.
Oh yeah, that's true. Dark
Oh
Souls
yeah,
2 is
you can
when-
just walk out of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dark Souls 2.
Oh, the
Dark
scariest
Souls 2.
thing.
Be in front of enemy. Enemy then backstabs you.
No, the scariest thing about that fucking Dragon Tooth, you can 180 that thing mid-swing on the heavy.
It's great.
Oh yeah, you totally can.
Like, it's like, he can't hit me now.
Nani?
So it's just 180. It's like,
Nani?
Dude, the amount of invaders that weren't aware, because remember, Sneaky, I started like, I would
Yeah.
just turn away from them and start the swing, and they come up for a backstab, and then suddenly, it's like, no. We're playing by my rules now.
Oh, also that one guy that did actually backstab you, and it was like 1/10 of your health went down, and he's like, oh.
I think, yeah, that was clearly a new player who had never encountered a hobble armor set before. It's like,
Was that the guy who just black crystalled out?
Yeah.
that was one of the guys
One
that black.
of.
If I remember correctly, what actually happened was he was using a bleed.
Yeah.
On it,
It was bleed, yeah.
but it didn't proc the bleed in one hit like he's used to, because Hobble's armor has like some of the best bleed resistance, and I'd also
back
maxed out
then,
endurance.
Yeah, bleed resistance was tied to endurance back then, yeah.
And I was an endurance boy because I needed the equip load, and so it's like, oh no, this man did not die.
Also, the classic,
Oh.
He's a hovel build player. He's gonna be at heavy load. Proceeds to start light rolling. Oh no.
No, I was medium rolling at that point. The light roll was I had to take off the shield, and
Right, yeah, take off
I had
the
to take
shield.
off the shield. It's like, yeah,
Hovel
there was
starts fucking ninja flipping at you. That one
There
dude's
is-
just like, no.
Ninja
Oh,
Flip
no,
Hobble isn't
please.
real. He can't hurt you. No.
Ninja Flip Hobble equipped with 2 Dragon Core butt fists. Oh, that was the best. Like, Sneaky, please donate your Dragon Core for the betterment of humanity.
Yeah, that was great.
Ninja flipping boxing hobble. That thing hit hard at plus 15. Oh, God.
Our fucking combo was just so fun and stupid for PvP, because you have the hovel build player, and everyone's like, okay, well, let's take out the mage first. And the mage is like, fire. Fire everywhere now. It's like, oh,
That
you
was
know what?
still. I
Maybe
will never
fighting the
forget.
hovel is better.
I will never forget the cathedral encounter. Go for the mage, Chaos Fireball. Go for the hovel.
That fucking arrow.
Great arrow to the chest. It's like, oh. And so
Oh, hey,
then,
a light tickle.
yeah. And then he's like, I'm gonna run away. And I just blind snipe him with the arrow again and shoot him down the stairs.
And
Like,
then
well,
I chaos fireball him again.
I think my personal favorite.
Credit to him,
for...
he didn't try to black crystal out right away. He did
He
attempt to
tried.
fight us.
He attempted.
But he's like, you know what? This is too hard.
I think my personal favorite invader story with you, Max, was the gentleman who invaded us in Anor Londo and proceeded to kill himself by bouncing off your shield.
Oh yeah, Dude just kept spamming R1, so I just kept slowly walking forward with a great shield until he just fell right off the ledge.
Outstanding.
I think he just expected to
Break the guard.
To break the guard, but it's like, sir,
Not
that
in
is the
Dark
Black
Souls
Iron
1.
Great Shield. You're not
No.
breaking that guard.
This is Dark Souls 1. I have close to max poise, and I've
You are
got a
not
great
getting
shield.
through.
You're not doing shit.
See,
That's right, I was
oh,
Black
shit.
Iron Tarkus' set. That's what it was. It's like, you're not
Yeah.
getting through this, man.
Max,
Because every time he swings, I could just let the shield down, regain the stamina he broke, and then put it back up before he could swing.
Max, I can't believe we haven't thought of this.
Thought of what?
Hovel gets summoned. The hero of the shield.
That's not a
Whoa.
shield. This is a shield.
Just
That would be great. It's like,
Because
well, shield
several
heroes can't
shields-
cause.
no, several shields in that game have automatic counterattack in them.
Yes.
Hang on, which is this?
In Hero of
Shield
the Shield?
Hero.
Shield Hero?
Rising? Is this Rising of the Shield
Rising
here?
Yeah.
But there's also the thing where it's like shield heroes can't cause damage. It's like I was like, if I just throw this boulder on you, it will.
Actually, no.
It completely negates all forms of attack.
The game mechanics of that world are highly invasive, and so literally, like, even if you throw bombs, if your attack stat is too low, you'll do less damage.
Ah.
Yeah. So it's literally
Okay.
any weapon thrown by the shield hero does no damage. Yeah. But you can still pin
Except
people.
for the counterattacks that scale off
You
his
can still
defense.
grab them and throw them
God.
into the ground and then keep stomping them into the ground until they can't move
God.
anymore.
Well, no, that's even worse. Cause it's like, well, so I can't kill you with a boulder, but I can leave you pinned under there.
Yes.
So have fun starving.
Yes.
Bye.
Yeah. But it's just automatic counterattack. It's just like ping. Hovel's eye fucking does the Goblin Slayer glow for a moment. You can see the flaring red trail as it's just like, you've activated my counterattack. Punch!
Hovel
Yeah,
Doom.
that. Oh. Hovel just what
The
Hovel
shield
just
hero's the weakest hero! You can do
Hovel just
nothing!
starts with
Looks at the
Hovel
shield
just-
hero, full Hovel armor. It's like,
That's not normal. Hovel gets summoned. Max defense stat possible. It's like, oh no. Oh no. Oh.
Defense.
Oh wait.
Maximum.
The systems work based on how the person thinks level ups work.
Sort
Hovel
of.
has well, that would mean that Hovel may
The
introduce the concept of souls as currency.
Actually, it's already a method. Strengthening
Oh,
works
okay.
based on how the heroes think it works. So, like, it's really weird, but each of the 7-star weapons, which are like sub-hero weapons, have one strengthening method that is, like, real. And each of the 4 legendary weapons, the 4 hero weapons, have, like, 4 strengthening methods that are real. The author was really wish-washy about whether it's limited to 4 strengthening methods, or if there's 4 quote-unquote real strengthening methods per shield. But if you can overlap, however, so like if the hero of the sword is like, these are my 4 strengthening methods, and you believe that those are strengthening methods that are real, you can then use them. It's really confusing. The author was
So if shield hero goes, this is how you strengthen, and then someone else goes, yes, that is how you strengthen, as that is also a method of strengthening, they can do it.
Yeah. But only heroes can do that, the overlap thing. Everyone else is kind of just shit out of luck. Unless the strengthening method applies to other people, like the trust system or the job system, which were strengthening methods from the bow and shield. No, sorry, the bow and shield. Yeah, the bow gave people jobs.
I shall create an army of dragoons, and you're not stopping me.
Yeah, more or less, you can. But yeah, like I said, the whole system is really whacked out, and like the shield literally didn't have built-in strengthening methods because the author purposely left them blank so he could do shit later with that. So you could have kind of just hand-waved that away and be like, yeah, Havel's known methods of strengthening could work, but a lot of the strengthening methods that is in Dark Souls is already functions of other methods for other weapons, so Havel could use them anyway already, so they wouldn't be special from his world. But
still an interesting thought though, especially because like one of the big like plot hooks no longer works.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, don't worry, I'll party with you. It's like, no, I think I'm fine. Thanks for offering.
What's a party? And why do I need one?
Would you like to join my platoon? I can do that.
Here, I think I got a couple rings.
Havel runs a platoon instead of a party for this world.
Funny story. That's also mechanic already.
No, Sneaky. So I think I need to assemble a 60-man raid group.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But
no, hang on a second. Sneaky gets summoned as the sword hero.
No.
Introduces Death Knights.
That'd be funny, actually.
Is it possible for a shield to become a tank?
Oh, okay, so Havel gets summoned in his full armor set.
Yep.
Is he still stuck with the dinky shield until he can find some Titanite for his normal shield?
Yes.
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, he doesn't get to have his great shield. It's just the dinky little shield.
Oh well, no.
If
you say we're theoretically summoned with all of your gear on you, the legendary shield would either absorb your shield or copy it.
Okay, so what does it do with the dragon tooth?
You wouldn't be able to touch it.
Oh, right. That's right. The weapons don't like that.
Yeah.
I forgot the weapons get jealous.
Yes.
You know what? I will say this. I'm amused by the idea of Havel threatening Shields like, this is a package deal. Take it or I rip you off my arm.
You can't do that. I have killed gods. Watch me.
I've killed gods.
I'm believing real hard that I can.
Try me. Like, let's not forget, Havel is one of a good number of people who have killed immortal beings. He has killed timeless dragons.
Yes.
I think he'll figure out a way.
Also, that would be some fucking scenes of like, you can't do that. I am Havel the Rock. I have killed things that did not know of death. Timeless became ended before me. Do not tell me what I cannot do.
God, the lore in Dark Souls is so fucking baller.
Oh god, yeah.
Also, it's the fact that Havel is just some dude.
Yeah,
so, does he have a legendary flame? No. Does he have special powers? No. He just really hates magic and dragons.
Yep.
Like, oh.
And he did well enough that there's a ring that was made for him and then copies made of that have a literal effect of lightening the load on whoever wears it.
Because he takes it on himself.
And he was made a general. Like, he's up there in the ranks.
Like, that is honestly the best part about that ring, though. It's not just, magically lightens your load. It's like, no. It lightens your load because it quantumly gives it to Havel.
Yeah, Havel takes part of your load for you.
It's like, fucking what?
I looked in the sand, and I saw extra heavy footsteps beside me because Havel was carrying my load.
Effectively, yeah.
God, it's a shame we're never gonna get to have that stupid fun moment we always discussed with the jump chain after completing
Well,
Scorched Earth.
yeah,
Just that
honestly,
moment of like, we're just
even
gonna
if we had completed Scorched Earth, I don't think we'd have ever actually done the jump chain. Also, we were
uh,
thinking about the jump chain before jump chain was a thing.
yeah,
I mean, here's the thing: jump chain's always been kind of like a nascent idea in.
yeah, it's just never really been called that until much
Yeah.
much more recently. The idea of like this one or two characters go from world to world in a continuous story. It's been around for a while. It just hasn't been named that until recently.
Fair.
But like, I don't know. A part of me still misses the idea of like, all right, time to actually remove the limits. Like, what do you mean? Why have you been using limiters, asshole? Oh, that's world ending. Understood. Carry on.
Hey, quick question. The world's about to end because of this gigantic threat, yeah? Why did you have a limiter when you were fighting this world-ending threat?
Well,
It
it's in
wouldn't
my
be a
case.
challenge otherwise.
Well, the world wasn't ending yet.
Yeah. So like, yeah, that was always that was gonna be a scene Sneaky and I want to do where like we had our final big bad that what was it? Valkyrie was going to burn up her soul
Yeah.
to destroy every possible version except for the single one in front of them. And Hal was like, all right, I'm taking the ring off. The what? Drops ring. Large crater. Oh no.
Yeah.
Ring. No, it
Havel
would have been
just
a much
goes
better
ultra
version.
instinct.
Drops ring. Ring creates crater. Ring continues falling.
Yeah. Also true.
Good
Havel
luck picking that up.
Havel just moves at ultrasonic speeds. Ultra instinct. What the fuck?
This isn't because I've gotten faster. It's because my thighs are that huge.
But actually, factual.
Oh. Yeah. God, the lore in Dark Souls is so stupid and I love it. I'm so glad I played that game all the way through with you, Sneaky.
It was. That was so great.
It was a great game. I wish I had known a bit earlier.
Good times. Good times were had between the two of us. Those were some. That was possibly maybe one of our best co-op sessions, just ever.
I don't know. Flames of Glory continues to be a favorite memory of mine in Left 4 Dead 2.
Molotoving myself.
The multiple blaze of glory that you and I have each done.
Oh,
Then there was
there's a
was
tank!
one where
My team is dead!
Like,
I'm
singular
surrounded!
moment with
But I'm
Sneaky when
not
it comes
going
to that.
alone!
Sneaky has done that multiple fucking times.
Oh, I know. Sneaky and I actually did like a double blaze of glory once. Where it's like, Sneaky, I have a Molotov, you have a Molotov, we are surrounded by gas cans.
If we're going out, everyone's coming with us!
Because for some reason, fire damage stacks in Left 4 Dead 2, from what I remember.
It used to, yeah.
It's like,
Sneaky won't stop at giving himself a blaze of glory. He'll make sure you also have a blaze of glory.
Exactly.
oh yeah. No, you give Sneaky a pile of Molotovs, he's a happy camper in that game.
No, it's catch this Molotov.
Good days, good days, good days.
To be fair, you pretty frequently deserve to catch that Molotov.
Hey, you know what?
Oh, you know what, Gray? I like that idea.
Raccoon
The-
Grove
the-
Dragon Dude, yeah.
The world decides to compromise with Hobble. It's like the Dragon Tooth can stay. You can't use it, but you can give it to someone who becomes a party member.
No, you have to give it to the first. Not a party
it-
member. You have to give it to the first true believer.
It's like, you know what? That works out even better. It's like, all right, we're going to let you have an unheard of 8th star weapon.
The tooth.
The tooth becomes the 8th star weapon, and once Hobble's gone,
I mean,
it also
honestly,
goes with him.
see, the funny thing, you joke about this, but
No,
the funny
no.
thing is,
Enough people believe in the tooth that a copy of the tooth remains, and it gains the item text. This is but a pale imitation of the real tooth.
see, the funny thing is though, is you guys all joke about this, but actually, the king is the staff wielder of the star weapon.
The
And-
cane.
The king, yes,
Does the king know his daughter's a bitch?
yes.
Oh, he's
I'll
aware.
watch that later on.
He is totally blinded by the whole fact that his sister got kidnapped / killed by the demi-humans and grief and blah 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 blah. But
Okay, so he's just a little bitch.
my point is, though, is there's two things going here. A, Havel is possibly the de facto expert on all things holy.
Oh no.
And the star
Right.
weapons are creations of the world and considered holy.
Yeah, that's a good point. 'cause
Havel
I'm pretty-
pulls out the occult shield. Not gonna be holy for long.
Yeah,
That would actually be an anti-legendary weapon shield.
I forgot about that
It would be.
because Havel is one of a handful of people that is directly named in not one but 2 miracle creations,
Mm-hmm.
as well as creating the occult weaponry.
Also, one of his miracle creations is literally just magic fuck off.
Oh, those are
Also
both
known as the True Wall.
Oh, well, yeah, his 2 creations are Magic Barrier and Great Magic Barrier. It's like, I hated magic so much, I did it twice.
Yeah.
In better.
Well, no, it's more like I hated magic so much. The first version, not good enough.
Well,
So I
no,
did it again.
honestly, it's more likely that he made great magic barrier and then made lesser magic barrier so other people that aren't him could use it.
That would be funny, but I think the text
No, I
implies
believe
that
they explicitly state that magic barrier came first, and then he's like, "This isn't.
this
I
isn't
hate magic
strong
more.
enough.
Havel's
I've got
informed
more
on
hatred
holy
of
stuff?
magic in my life."
Or Havel is a miracle crafter that has not been surpassed.
As far as we're aware.
And not only that, he went on to go make anti-holy stuff. Specifically so people could kill gods.
Well, no, it wasn't specifically
Imagine
so people.
using
It was
filthy magic.
I believe the original reasoning was, my friend Gwyn has betrayed me and he is holding mankind back. Ain't having that.
Well, not really, because he kept that shit hidden. So it was more of a break glass in case of than a, oh, I've been betrayed thing.
Oh, I thought it was explicitly because he found out he'd been betrayed, and the reason it was kept hidden.
he hid it in like this secret room and shit, and it was.
Well, yeah, he hid it in a secret room because he was planning to kill God.
Yeah,
in God's
break glass
crib.
in case of betrayal. He was planning. Let's be clear here. Even if he was planning to kill Gwyn, he was planning to kill Seath first.
Yes, but he didn't need the occult for that.
No.
Yeah, like most of the other miracles are listed as like these are miracles that have been passed down, or they just kind of ended up in the zeitgeist of, whatever the.
Also, there's the other fun fact. The shield hero is capable of dealing damage with spells because spells deal damage based off of your magic stat in that world, not your attack stat.
Yes, it's his attack that's neutered, not his magic.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't do anything, shield hero. Conjures massive fucking lightning bolt. You sure?
Okay.
You can't hurt me, shield hero. Oh, we're gonna see about that.
We're gonna see about that real quick.
Could I discuss our Lord and Savior Wog with you?
You have just given me a terrifying image of the orcs gaining magical resistance. I'm not sure I'm ready for that.
Well, no, Wog is WOG, Wrath of God.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the strongest close-range miracles that are there.
Yeah.
No, actually, sorry. It's the strongest close-range miracle in Dark Souls.
He's amazing.
It's for the damage it does. It's incredibly cheap.
But yeah, between Great Magic Barrier, the Legendary Shield, the Anti-Occult Shield, and all of his miracles, and the fact that he could probably recreate a star weapon if he had long enough study of the staff.
Yeah, if
Havel would just be a fun character to have in Rising of the Shield Hero.
Havel would be problematic to some of those plot points.
Also, Havel's like 8 feet tall, so
Let's just ignore
no.
that little
Well,
tidbit.
no, he's not. I think that's more a you and me thing. He's probably
pretty
closer to
fucking
like
big.
no, he's more like 6 foot to 6'2", maybe.
Okay.
Again, this is dependent on whether that actually is Hobble that we see in the bottom of the tower or one of his men that,
that's true.
showed up in his
Yeah.
place. Because the guy at the bottom of the tower is like, they went with the super skinny character model for that. Which
And also the fact that don't you
I
get
don't know what's more
Hobble's
I don't know what's more terrifying, like built like shit brick house Hobble or lean and chiseled Hobble. I don't know which one's scarier.
shithouse Hobble. Shithouse Hobble is just hands down. That's just canon Hobble. Like, I'm sorry, but
Also, or keep in mind, some of what we're saying about Hobble might be a tad exaggerated, but that's because Sneaky and I are particularly attached to the character.
we really like Hobble, and we did lots of research on him, and so from that research, we built our own headcanon off of him, of, like, not even, like, just bullshit, of just, like, okay, well, he did this canonically, so it wouldn't to be too much of a stretch for him to do this, and he was a general of this, and these are the people that served under him, and in this army, people at top were the strongest, so if he's stronger than them, then he has to be at least this strong, and if he was able to do this, then he had to at least be able to, like, and we, like, calculated out how much his armor weighed, and, like, this is how much he walks around in. It was, like, 800 pounds or something?
About half a ton worth of equipment, I think.
Yeah, it was between
There's
500 to 800 pounds of just pure equipment that he just walked around in casually.
Was Hobble known to carry a great bow in addition to the tooth? Or is that just a max touch?
Well, he did have a great bow.
Okay, so it's a very common fan theory. It's one that's generally accepted because of all the world building aspects. Where you get the great bow, there's also a set of binoculars. And if you actually look in a certain direction, you'll see that it has a perfect overview of Seed's archives.
That's also right next to the area you get the Great Magic Barrier from.
And we know that Seed at some point said, I'm not staying in the archives, I am going under the archives and never coming out to see the light of day, implying that he was terrified of Hovel having a sniper watch over his archive. And he was scared enough to be like, I am within kill shot range of this dude with the bow.
Yeah. So, yeah. The bow's not canon, but it's heavily implied.
Yeah. The bow was a touch from me, but there is like world building aspects with the way items are set up to imply that if not Hobble, then someone working for Hobble for sure.
And then for
Hobble's the only one that is outright stated to despise Seed.
Right. Also, the fact that when we're talking about the miracles that he created, you have to keep in mind in Dark Souls, miracles are created by people retelling stories of the past and drawing inspiration from them, and through channeling energy and saying, like, basically, they say this entire story, and it's a story about heroism, so it, like, buffs their attack or something. Hovel straight shit, out of pure spite, without retelling any story, managed to craft 2 miracles that negate magic. Out of just pure spite. He wasn't taking inspiration from anyone. It was literally, Hovel hates magic, here's a magic shield.
Yeah.
The Knight of the Bow, Gog, was trained by Hovel as well, so yeah.
I was not actually aware of that one.
No, that was just me doing a fanfiction thing. It's never said anywhere.
Because I know he did train all 4 of the knights, though, didn't he?
No, that was headcanon between you and me, and it was more like he knew them.
Oh, okay.
And it's like they were probably decent comrades because, when you're fighting for your lives against timeless beings, you kind of get to know people.
But still, like, other shit that's canon is Hovel canonically has nothing. He doesn't have any, like, shards of flame. He doesn't have any special powers or abilities, but he was still the general and wins.
Yeah, like
military commander.
Of the people that are like specifically named for stuff, that being like the 4 knights and Hobble for the war. Hobble and Ornstein are the only two normal-ass human beings.
Yeah, no special powers, no, ancient heritage giving them greater strength or anything. Literally, those two motherfuckers just trained so hard. They just fucking killed dragons because they could.
Yeah, and a hobble was like, I'm gonna take this tooth.
And beat the dragon's death with it.
That's why everyone loves D&D, because you start as a normal guy. You end the campaign fighting God.
Yeah.
By the way, you're still cowards,
Yeah.
Pathfinder. Give your deity stat blocks.
Yeah, right?
No, because
Listen,
my deity,
listen,
my
5e.
deity is asexual.
5e.
and
Oh,
can
fine.
never
No, you
kill
can't
gives
use
its
5e. The 5e is like, oh yeah, deities are only like CR 15 in 5e. It's like, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they did it well. I'm saying even 5e still gave its deity stat blocks.
Alright, fair.
That's actually pretty dope.
Like, listen, was it 2 that first gave, or 2e, 2 advanced that
I think it was
gave.
3.
I thought they had
Reminder
stat
that
blocks
Orcus
in-
was still weaker than a Tarrasque.
Yeah.
That's because he should be. I thought they had stats in 2e. I know for sure 3, right? For sure they had stat blocks in 3. But I thought Advanced 2 might have given them stat blocks.
Maybe. I just want to point out this one garbage-ass story that's been sitting on my screen the whole time. At Jinchuriki's destiny, taken away from his home and used as a slave, he is only roaming the galaxy far away from home now. Naruto finds out his past and his heritage and vows to change everything. Naruto harem, multiple crossovers, Naruto Clone Wars. Cringe.
Okay.
Fucking
That's-
cringe.
I don't want anything about that.
Azula's monster, found by the Dragon of the West and trained by the Rising Sun. Naruto will raise everyone before him to ash. None will stand in his way, and only Azula can direct him. The Avatar will know his wrath. Out of character Naruto, he's not evil, but totally unhinged. Naruto times harem. Just so fucking cringe. It's the Naruto crossover sections are honestly more cringe than vanilla Naruto. Maelstrom Tale, a Naruto Undertale crossover.
Oh,
Fucking
that's a
Okay, but
mistake.
why, though?
That's a mistake.
Yeah.
Don't.
Okay, but
Don't
why
do
though?
it.
Okay, but why though? I don't think I need to say anything else.
But yeah,
Burden free.
we are at 9 o'clock, so that's all for tonight. Unless we want to keep talking about Havel and Rising of the Shield Hero, because that's a genuinely amusing story.
Entertaining as that is, I
Yes.
have to go.
Yeah.
Now I'm stuck looking up deities.
All right.
Also, friendly reminder.
Yep.
Jordan fought a deity.
Yes.
Won.
Yep.
Unassisted.
Yep.
Didn't get another deific power up. Just beat their ass anyway. After the spell plague.
Yep. That's how it be. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll see you guys on Tuesday, because there's always more and always gets worse.